Okay. All right, guys. We are just setting up the room. Before we begin, I'd like to just go over a few things. This is week 2 of the TLP versus TLP 3v3 tournament. Last week we had 2 contestants eliminated, 2 captains were knocked out. Both of them are joining me here today on the stream. We have Mark Jackson and DJ. Both are here to co-host with me, as well as TLP Tater, who has put almost all of these graphics that I am using together, and he is my co-host on the stream again tonight. Tonight's game features Lenity versus Smokey Joe. Both teams are 1 win, 1 loss, but it does not matter because in this tournament, 2 losses and you're out. So one of these teams will be joining the eliminated captains in about half an hour from now. The one thing I'd like to note that I added, you might have seen me flipping it back and forth, but the scoreboard here behind the zeros, one side's red, one side's blue. Now, for the first round, Lenity is going to be the red team, and Smokey Joe is going to be the blue team. But when the rounds switch, I have added the feature to switch the 2 colors. So the round that is currently in progress will indicate the color of their tanks and their team behind the numbers. So I'll flip it back to the way it starts, and that's going to be the way it begins. But I'm going to be trying to do that. If all goes well, that should match up for the rest of this tournament. Is there anything you'd like to add, guys, to the pre-game commentary?
Good luck to the teams.
Good luck to the teams, yes. All right. Okay. Everyone said they were ready?
Foss seems to be stable. I told him I'd give it a minute, make sure he was stable because he went in and out a couple of times. Everything looks good. If you guys are all ready, I'm going to unpop the spectators for the teams.
Before we go here, do you have any tank predictions, Mark?
On Prokhorovka, I think maybe we'll see some mediums, maybe the CACs. But to be honest, I think the E5 is going to be dominant. That's my opinion.
I think there's going to be
some
inside information.
Inside
information. Joe's going to go with 2 E5s and a bat chat.
Ooh, and a bat chat, huh? That'll be nice.
I have inside information. Got a pigeon just now. Flew into the
window. Guys, I'm going to send them a message in the lounge and tell them that I'm going to be ready to rock.
Lenity, I do not know. Yes, you will see maybe a Cax from Lenity.
He's very fond of his CACs.
Bolting has Chieftain.
Okay, I'm unlocking. Here we go. Lenity has the T54.
He's taking the 9.
Smokey Joe, Batchat.
He called the 9s out right off the bat.
Chieftain, here we go. Faust's in the E5. Gotcha. Deadly E100. Ooh, strange pick.
I think that's what he's limited to at tier 10.
He might be pigeonholed into that. I'm not sure what Deadly's selection is.
Got some tank stats tonight again. We have RaginLenity at 18,000 battles. Oops, go ahead. Lenity at 18,000 battles with a win 8 of just shy of 2,400, which is huge. And Joe at 30,000 battles with a win 8 of a little over 1,700. Joe has also ran over 55,000 trees, and Lenity has only ran over 27,000 trees. So I think the tree count is really going to show which leader is better on Prokhorovka.
So I don't like that E100, guys. I think that's a mercy blessing. That's a poor move, but hey, if that's all you got, that's all you got.
So I've got it right on the bottom there. Lenity's in the red. Smokey Joe is in blue. Flipping the free cam mode. Oh yeah, it does the glitch when it goes back. All right.
I strongly agree with that statement, Mark. I think the E100 is a really bold move on this map, but that may be their only choice.
It may be their only choice, but with the E100, I'd be factoring to aim against it with both of those lovely tanks coming against it and double E5s, is that correct? Yeah, double E5s, and a back shot. I expect movement, and those other boys are going to have to compensate big style.
And this is
coming up, crest in the middle.
Depster's first actual
not getting the spots though.
Competitive battle in his E5, so this should be interesting.
No one.
Yeah, that's right. I heard he bought it. He bought the E5 back for this event,
which is great, and it shows them will to compete.
We've got Lenity moving over to the K2 corner here. He's trying to. He does not. He knows he doesn't have the speed to take that hill, so he's taking this corner
moved in
here,
a nice position there. If he just looks to his right, he's got them open. Oh, he's crossed over. They went over.
Faust is detected.
Faust is detected.
Bolting's
undetected.
Don't know if Depster's lagging or not, but he's definitely needs to be looking to his left.
Smokey, Joe, and Depp moving into position to take shots. I don't think they've seen Lenity or Deadly yet.
No, there they are. Deadly has been spotted.
Now they're seen.
So is Joe.
Faust is
Lenity's found himself a nice little bush.
Position.
And Joe is running haywire, left and right.
Faust takes the first shot.
Bolting's going to have some trouble here. The Chieftain doesn't have too much hull armor, so he doesn't really have a hill to hull down behind.
Yeah, I've always used, in E3, the bowl area. That's the place for the Chieftain.
He's got a bit more here to hide behind. I'm not sure how much protection he's going to get on that hill. But
now everyone's
got a bit better position. The whole game's lit up now.
So they all know where they
the only
are?
Damage so far.
But chipping away, taking the turns.
When they turn yellow, Mark, that means they're detected.
Oh yeah, I know.
Faust taking a wreck. Yep.
It's a big.
Somebody check to see if he's repaired it.
That was a third health.
It looks like he didn't repair it.
Yeah, he's repaired.
Joe's been firing.
No, that is a long reload.
Joe's in a reload.
Yeah,
there's in a reload.
The reload is very long.
45 seconds.
The white bar underneath the health bar indicates their reload, Mark. So
reloaded now,
Joe is not doing a reload right now.
Fair play.
Lenity's moving in on the flank.
I've got a credit
Bolting and Faust
for holding position.
Only
now.
2 with damage.
Ooh, hits his track, but not enough to hit it.
Ooh, big miss. Still even,
arguably. Team Blue seems to be sitting in a little bit better of a position in the map right now.
Depster's gonna have shots now.
Joe's got a lot of room to move here, but he can't lose that spot. He's trying to find a way where he can make an approach here without being detected. But Depp and Faust are doing a good job.
Oh, here we go. Action right in the middle.
That way.
Lenny's in. Lenny's gone. Lenny's gone.
Joe's jumping in.
He's powdering. Joe's backing his team up.
Joe misses Lenity and accidentally hits the E100 for a penetration.
Faust goes down. He must have gotten hit by his ammo rack. Must have gone out.
All of a sudden.
Goes on a reload. He is in trouble. Can Depp help him? No, he can't.
I haven't seen many shots come out from
good to bad.
3 versus 1. I was worried about Dipster earlier on. I thought he looked like he was lagging slightly.
Yeah, it might be that. Might be the case. He takes out Bolting.
Yep, takes out Bolting.
It's going to be real hard for him to fight.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, and he misses.
Mind you, at the same time, killing off an E100 now is nigh on impossible.
Dep's hole is completely sideways to that E100.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
let's
take
a shot at Deadly.
She's to go over and help him out. Ain't no way Deadly can die. Mind you, there's Lenity dead.
Lenity's down, it's a 1v1, we've got Deadly versus Depp.
Turn it.
So outrun that turret.
Yeah, outrun. Keep running.
Depp's going to take a position on the other side of the hill. He's going to get away.
No, he should stay in. He should stay in and just keep running round about in circles, in my opinion. You can beat that.
He takes another hit on Deadly.
Is that even a rack? I'm a rack on Depp.
He's an ammo rack.
He repaired it.
Yeah.
He definitely repaired it. That reload's going too quick for
Deadly's reload
ammo rack.
is so slow. I'm surprised Deb's not in there hammering him right now.
Inexperience in
They've
the tank
both-
makes all the difference though. He's trying to run away and play it. He should be circling that thing. He's giving
Another
himself
good
a shot though.
It's
He's
Good
got to
shot
turn
from
that
Deb.
hole towards that enemy though.
using the rock.
Yep.
This is a smart play by Depp to get some distance.
Now it is. Now it is. Initially I disagreed with it, but now I like it. Mind you, Deadly's just covered all of his weak spot behind that tank.
Yeah,
Almost,
I'm
you can
thinking
almost
Deadly
hear.
should probably disengage.
Oh,
He's not going
what
to
a
hit him
pen.
here.
Down to 1 minute. This will be a damage.
Well, if
they play it out,
then it's in Depster's
I bet
favour.
you right
Depster
now
could run away.
Joe and Lenity are talking to their guys, trying to tell them, trying to figure out if they've dealt more damage than their opponent right now.
Debster could throw some HEs out even right now, even if he didn't have a chance to shoot. But it looks
Might
like
not want to waste his shot though with reload that long.
Debster's
Both
playing
teams
Debster's
it
are
got
not
it.
sure if they hold the lead.
Oh, he's taking the chance.
I'm
He's
thinking
taking the chance.
Depp's got the lead.
He has got the lead. You can see the top of your bar.
He is. Yeah, 7
That's
to
not
11.
necessarily true, Mark, because it's based on damage, not health remaining.
Percentage at the top of your bar is still going to work though.
Oh,
It is in this case because Lenity has more
Oh
health.
no! What a steal by
But-
Deadly.
The last second.
At
Deadly
the last
takes
second. What a
Debster
move!
out.
What a match!
What a match.
beautiful
That's a
move.
good
Very
match.
nice.
Oh, Deadly just
Very
earned
nice.
himself
Debster had
a
some
big
damage.
thumbs up.
Debster is
We're
happy
gonna
he
jump
got
back
his
to
Those
the
guys
E5.
to spectator there for us.
Yeah, I'm going to do
Mark?
it. Yep.
Tater, would you like to go over the numbers?
Oh, I already jumped out. You go for it.
DJ, would you like to?
Yes,
Still in it?
on Lenity's team we had the leader was Deadly with 2,869 damage and 2 kills. Bolting had 1,741 and Lenity came in third with the 1,390. Debster.
Not the tank, the numbers.
Yeah, Debster. No, it was not. Yeah, the numbers. It was 1,390. But Debster had a wonderful game in his E5 with a 4,382 and 2 kills. Joe tried to do his damage with 916, and Faust hitting 737. So it was pretty much all Dep on that side. Good
It
job.
was. I think Faust took an unfortunate ammo rack though, and lost all his health in one shot. Because if you take a look here, hits received. Well, he was hit 4 times. I don't think 4 shots would take out an E5, but he might have been hit. Might have been hit by Deadly all 4 times.
Something
Well, the
happened
new
really
ammo-
quick though for
the ammo
Foster.
racks in
Something
the
happened
front.
really quick.
It did.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to catch that on the replay.
Okay, guys, just a quick double check. For me being lack of confidence from switching the teams, I am confident I've switched the teams. Would you like to check? I think I have.
Yes, yeah.
I believe. Yep. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And on that note, I'm gonna switch my. I gotta add the score. So that's 1-0. Lenity. Score on the left goes to 1. And scoreboard will now flip sides because they're gonna switch colors for the next round. So do you guys think they're going to come out with the same tanks again? Or do you think we're going to see anything different?
In my opinion, I think Lenity's team is virtually tied to that big E100 playing that way. I also feel that Depp played well, but a little bit more experience in that tank would have made a difference there. He had it, and I think he's going to be upset by that result.
I think he played very, very well. I think.
So do I. And I
breaking
think,
4,000 damage.
Yep.
He did everything he could. Maybe a little more experience when I bet he was twitching. I mean, I know the first time I went to a 1v1 in a competitive situation, I was twitching, and it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, you're running that
much.
tanks. Mm-hmm.
But he did very well. That was a very, very well, very good battle to watch.
Okay, I'm asking if they're ready. So a must-win game for Joe.
Must win. Yeah, from here on, Joe needs to win. He doesn't have anything left. Now, I don't think Joe's tank selection was bad. I think he had the better tank selection. In all honesty, I think he just
definitely
took some bad rolls. I still don't know what happened to Faust.
Yeah,
something happened.
There was something at the beginning of the match that seemed like they were having trouble communicating where to get to. They were slow to move in on when Lenity pushed in.
Well, I quickly snatched onto both Depster and Faust, and I personally felt that both of them seemed to have slight lag issues. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. That could be the issue.
Past their,
it's unfortunate, but sometimes that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay, let's see if they're ready. I've got Joe and Lenny ready. I'm just going to double check since it's so important. Looks like they are. Just going to wait to get confirmation. Lenny says yes. Joe says, let's do this. That's good enough for me. Here we go, gentlemen.
And we reveal.
Match point.
Oh, I've got an issue. It says teams are not selected properly on the start battle. Why is that? Each team must have...
Because you have to reveal them, Mark.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm being a dumbass. My apologies, gentlemen. My apologies. My bad.
You could have got away with that if you didn't read that prompt out loud.
Yeah, well, I didn't get away with it, and that's cool.
All right, so we've got Joe and Depster staying in the E5s, and... Or no, actually, we've got a difference here. Faust is in the Artie. We have Joe and Dep in the E5s instead.
Faust is in the Never-Miss. Oh my goodness.
I think he's banking on the fact that he knows Deadly's stuck in that E100, and Bolting and Lenity have some speed in their tanks, the T-54 and the Chieftain.
Wow. I would say if anybody in Poppers would be able to pull it off, it would be Faust.
I think that is absolutely crazy. Matches. Absolutely crazy. But if anybody can do it, Faust can do it.
Right. So yeah, look up how many matches he has in his 53, 55. It's absolutely insane.
It's about 5,000.
5,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
No one has
that's more games than Deadly has total.
That said, though, I'm sure Lenny is just sitting saying, "Let's just charge and win," because that's what I'd be doing. Here we go.
All right, we got round 2.
Yeah, you know, I don't think I've even swore yet. I'm doing really well.
Our last match, we ended with Deadly and Depster fighting it out. Depster having almost twice as many battles as Deadly, but experience didn't count then.
It did not.
So I've got the colors set correctly. Joe's in red on the south, and Lenity's in blue on the north. Let's see where they send Faust from the Artie, because that's going to be important.
I'm going to be watching the blue team here, because I expect them to rush. If I was the blue team here, in my opinion, I'd just charge clean over the hill. Oh, they're not doing it.
They're scared.
They don't have
both teams.
They're scared.
But the one thing is that Lenity and Faust have played so many games together, I would be really surprised if Lenity didn't know exactly where Faust was going to play this Artie.
But wouldn't you say that it's not particularly important to know where he is? It's more important about getting the team forward to defeat the 53, 55's potential for shooting short.
Right.
We got Lenity moving forward.
Lenity is right on it. Lenity is right on it. He's not spotted them up yet, but he's gonna. Oh, he's turning his back to them. He doesn't know it.
No one's seen each other yet. This is interesting.
I don't think anybody's expecting the other team to be where they are. Oh, and Lenity gets spotted.
Lenity is spotted.
Depster's still not spotted. Interesting.
But I do feel
there must just be a building blocking the line of sight from bolting.
Oh, this is going to get interesting real quick.
Oh, Depp got spotted.
First shot
already out. There's 900.
Big hit on bolting.
Never missed.
Hit on bolting.
Wow.
Lenny's about to see Foss.
Sneaking around.
The E5
I don't know if you'll see
right
him.
now.
He's behind that hill there. Oh,
Yep, there he is. He did.
He sees
Yep,
him.
I did see him. And that just takes away.
He was already able to land 900
takes away that
damage.
third tank potential.
Oh, what is he doing?
Oh, they're gonna go save the Artie. At least Depster is. Faust for the shotgun.
Faust is going for the shotgun.
He's not gonna get it. Lenny misses, but reloads now all in his own hands.
Oh, Depp and Joe both missed.
Foss down.
Ghost gets
there we
taken
go.
out.
Now Lenny can probably just hide behind that dead tank and eat it out while the rest of the team communicate. What's interesting here though is how well
Depster's gonna take out one of the team.
Depp took another ammo rack.
Well done,
Depp
Depp.
took another ammo rack. Look at how long that reload is.
No, earlier today,
That's going to take Depster out of this match pretty much.
What he should
He's
run
still
for
getting hit by bolting.
and,
Bolting's using that depleted uranium.
I recommended he use safe stowage, but it doesn't appear he used it.
Bounce off the hull of the
health here is pretty even.
Deadly again, almost full health, and it's so hard getting rid of an E100. So hard getting rid of it. And this is very, very tight now.
Oh, his gun is broken.
Joe's on the ropes here. He has to do something to pull this game out.
Yeah, he has to.
Depster's
half health.
Pushing Joe. He's going all out for him.
Now Joe.
Takes another big shot.
They're having a hard time putting damage on the Deadly here.
Yeah, Depp has got to aim
get rid of him
turret
before bolting arrives.
There you go, Depp.
Looks like they're trying to concentrate fire.
Oh, they've taken
Joe has got to turn his tank.
Oh, you think he's trying?
There we go.
They're taking out Deadly, but now they have to deal with bolting. Bolting has the same amount of health as the two put together, Joe and Depp put together, but
still 2 guns versus 1, and it should be.
He's gonna go after Joe.
He's going for the gun. Joe gets a shot in before.
That made a difference.
That made a difference.
That should be it.
That should be the swing here, because now he takes out Joe, but Depp has full opportunity. Bolting has his back to him. It wouldn't matter.
There we go.
And Depster redeems himself with the last shot.
Very well played, Depp. I'm glad you had that ammo or that repair kit to repair that ammo rack there.
Okay, tell me the map.
Ghost Town. We go to Ghost Town and counter mode. And we have to ask. You have to ask Joe which side he wants, because Joe gets to choose the side. The winner of round 2, the team to tie the game at 1 apiece, gets to pick their side. Now, I can almost guarantee you he's going to pick the left side of the map, but you have to give him that choice.
Right, where the hell do I find the map settings?
Okay, do you want to take it?
He's probably already messaging you to tell you
ahead,
that.
Beach.
I can hear my phone beeping.
I'm sorry, I keep going past it.
Okay. Well, Joe led his team with 3,200 damage and 1 kill. Faust had the 1 shot for 973, but that's still 1 shot for 973. So
he did pull Lenity all the way over to him, which was his inevitable death as well, though.
Right, but that was the only move.
I
was questioning it at first. Yeah, Depp wins the match with a 2,375 with 2 kills. Lenity's team We had pretty much a tie with Bolting and Deadly each having 1,800 damage. Bolting had the 1 kill, and Lenity coming in with a 1 kill and 450 damage.
That was so Faust.
Yeah. So
Lenity wasn't able to land any damage on Joe or Depster as they came back to take him out. That's something to note there. He was able to take out Faust, but he wasn't able. If he was able to deal some damage on Joe and Faust or Joe and Depster as they came back for him, that might have made the difference.
Well, that's why I would always choose an E50 over T54 and the tier 9s, because it depend on the T54 is just too low really to fight the 10s.
I would agree.
The E50 is just got a little bit more.
Am I correct, gentlemen? Ghost Town encounter battle is correct.
You have to spectate everybody. Ghost Town encounter.
Ghost Town encounter standard.
Correct.
Just the ordinary ghost. Yep, got it.
Ghost Town encounter. 7 minutes remains.
Everybody on spectator.
And what side did Joe choose?
I've not spoke that to him yet. I'm going to do that next, bud. Okay, so it's Joe's choice. Okay, so let me catch up.
He says right side. He says right side.
Oh, he said right side.
Joe's got some.
Copy.
So you've got to switch it.
Keep up with him. Yeah, that's cool. Right, swap teams. Swap. Joe's team. My apologies for verbally announcing this.
You're walking us through it. That's okay. So I'm going to put it back to Lenity in red, Joe in blue. When we get the confirmation that the teams have picked their tanks, I'll go back to the training room and show you their selection.
Okay, I'm giving them 2 minutes. Told them to pick their teams. Let them take a breath. Get ready for this.
They'll probably just message you when they're ready. Yep. Whenever they are, that's when we go. Anything you want to add, Tater or DJ?
I'm just curious. In the tank selection, it's still going to probably be 2 E5s.
I think you have to go E5s, gun depression. You've got.
I wonder if Faust still has his STI, because that would be a good choice.
It could be, and the team that can control the perimeter of the encounter, I think, is the team that's most likely to come through here.
Yeah, every single match we played on this, it's come down to this has been that E4, E5 corridor. Whoever gets there first into that corner usually seems to pull either that corner right there, and that's where they've all played out.
I'd also like to note that every team has chosen the left side so far. This is Joe's the first one to choose the right. Now I know what Joe's thinking. The left side has a little bit of it's basically a symmetrical map. We all agree on that. But the left side has a little bit of an advantage on the perimeter of the town. Outside the town, the hills are a little bit different. I would argue in favor of the left side. But get the inner of the town, Joe has always believed favors the right side. He thinks that, and rightfully so, he might be, I'm not saying he's not right, but he feels that he can get to the cap faster. So I'm guessing that you're going to see Joe pick faster tanks. Maybe the E5s. The E5s are faster than Lenity's selection, the E100. But you're going to see Joe go straight for the cap. Whether he takes the cap or not, he's going to go straight for control of the center.
We lost Faust. Sorry, we just lost Faust, though.
Okay.
If I can get him. I think he's totally lagged out. So, Temperament. Wait, he's there.
Can you bring him straight back in, or do I have to open the room?
Should be able to take an invite.
Joe is asking to open the room.
I can't invite him to it.
I think you have to.
I sent him one. I
think a private room can be entered by. I'll tell you what. I'll open it. It's not a problem.
No, it's not.
Okay, the room is open. Double check. We got it open. Yeah, definitely made it public. It did.
Yeah, no one could tell how much the lag has been affecting these teams. So,
I personally felt that on Prokhorovka in that first match, Foss was definitely affected. I guess we'll hear in the feedback, but I was following both Foss and Depp, and I felt both of them got a little touch of it in the first match that they lost personally, because it looked to me like on my screen. Because I was following Depp right at the beginning that he went over the border, but you guys didn't seem to think so. But then suddenly it snapped back, so could be wrong.
Still can't invite him in.
I'd like to just make note here, DJ. I'm following the chat room for the Twitch stream. Just be careful what you comment in there, because they are 5 minutes behind us. I'm pretty sure you waited. You're watching the stream yourself, I think. But
right, yeah.
Be careful what you say in the chat, because you don't want to give any spoilers away. You don't want to tell them the outcome before they see it.
I said we have a match, gentlemen. I was waiting. I did see where we were at.
I've seen that happen before, though, in like live tournaments. when there was what do you call them? The moderators of the tournament were watching the thing and watching the stream, and then they gave away the outcome before it was over. And then they got,
I thought you were gonna say Matter Daddy's perfectly child safe. No one knows what that's. We're Matter Daddy, I thought you were gonna say something about the Matter Daddy thing.
If anyone is interested in ordering a Matter Daddy, just message Tater. Tater's got the Matter Daddy source. He can get you a great deal on a Matter Daddy.
Okay, so just while we're waiting, please explain to my British colleagues what a Matter Daddy actually is.
Oh, it's so Tater.
Well, if you want to know what a Matter Daddy is, ask Tater.
You have to ask Tater.
Then Tater, please take the floor.
I'm sorry, I lagged out there for a second, fellas. Didn't hear what you were saying.
We were talking about Matter Daddies and what they are, and how we can get, and how you can get a hold of them. So you're the preeminent expert. You can message
on me, TLP space Tater, on Xbox. I'll get back to you immediately. I ship 7 days a week. Price is $9.99 per Matter Daddy, unless you buy 3. If you buy 3, I'll throw a 4th one in for half price.
Yes, and that's brilliant, Tater. However, it still doesn't answer the question: what is a Matter Daddy?
Nothing's the matter, baby. What's the matter with you?
What's the matter, Daddy? What's the matter, Daddy?
Oh, that was good.
Dead center field over the fence.
We're still waiting on Faust.
I just double checked the room, told the guys there it's definitely public in case they feel there's any issue.
Now, we're going to be hardcore and enforce any sort of time limit.
We will happily wait.
That is true. In world tournaments, in the WCL tournaments, and some of the other major tournaments with multiple clans and whatnot involved, there's a strict rule behind things like this. You're given a certain amount of time to regroup. You can call a timeout, but at some point, what happens is you run out of time. The moderator in the room says the match begins, whether they're here or not, and you launch the battle down a tank. In this case, they'd be down 3-2. Now, in that case, you'd want to pick 2 10s, but they might have had Faust slated for a tier 10 this round, in which case they're going to have to, readdress their tanks and be ready for that, because you don't want to go in with a 9 and a 10, because that's just shooting yourself in the foot one extra time, right? But in this TLP versus TLP friendly tournament, we're not going to do that. As long as he's coming back, we have the patience to wait.
Absolutely. Unless it becomes a prolonged issue, I'm sure we can solve it. I'm going to strike up a cigarette. That second game there was a hell of a comeback. And I did like the way that Lenity moved. As DG mentioned, he kind of seemed to know where Foss would be, and he went for him. And it didn't actually work out, which I was surprised by.
I'm just monitoring the chat room here between the two teams and us here as we're coordinating the game to make sure everyone's on the same page, selected tanks and everything. And Joe's telling Lenity, thank goodness that map has a ditch. that hole that he was able to hide in there with Depp at the end was what Joe is crediting as what helped him win that match, and I'd have to agree. Both Lenity and Joe, on for the record, very much dislike Proc. That is probably both of those players' most
you did see that
map.
You did see that, Weasel, how they used that other side of the map, which we usually consider as complete garbage real estate. To put it bluntly, it's like if they both went that way. They're both the ones that would take that direction. I wouldn't. I just don't. But stay away from that whole side of the train tracks.
Same time on Team Destruction, the entire map is available.
Right. And if they would have been out, and they wouldn't have a ditch, so they wouldn't have a ditch to hide in if they were out in the open on the other side. So
it's a terrible map and encounter, though, to be fair.
Now 7-on-7, it's pretty good. It's fun, but it's really only way once we're going to slice it, really, the win.
Well, it'll be nice if they ever get there with the double bases, because they did do that little test a little while back, if you remember, on the encounter mode in the proving grounds. We had double bases, and that's exactly how they did it on the PC. That would be nice to see.
Careful what you say here, Mark. Remember, we are live broadcasting, and I know you're a tester. I don't want you to give away anything that you're not allowed to give away. Just giving you that warning.
And I'm not giving anything away because it's never been tested.
Okay.
And yeah, I am a tester.
Continue.
But, that's never been done, but it was about almost 8 months ago now, when we did the German thing when we got the motherland. There was the free op thing for a medal back in the proving grounds, where you had the double bases on Prokhorovka, if you recall, and that was a test. That was a live test, in my opinion, because it was never tested on the super test thing. So I'm not breaking any grounds there.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just protecting yourself, and
yeah, man, totally,
I forgot about the proving grounds thing. That's a very good comment. Very good.
And they had a double base thing, and that's exactly the map that they use in PC with that potential for double bases.
Tater, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to start spewing off some of those wonderful stats you have.
Yeah, of our hosts today, I myself come in 4th place with trees cut at 13,000. DJ at 29,000. Mark at 35,000. And Weasel at 52,000 trees cut.
Weasel has killed
straight lumberjack.
Yeah, I think he's got wood racks on the back of his tank.
I'm so broken.
The Lorax definitely does not like me.
To jump in there from a stat perspective, since me and Weasel had a little giggle about it the other day, I have killed every tank in the game. Every single one. I am a master gunner.
Congratulations, Mark. It's not an easy award to achieve unknowingly.
It was. It was very, very easy. I did it without you knowing it.
Yeah. Well, I have like 4 or 5 like tier 3s that kill, and I'll be good. But yeah, it's.
You can always.
I gotta tell you, I had the hardest time going back and getting mine. There was when they added the 2 new low-tier American arties. I had the hardest time even finding a match with, I think it was the T-82 when they turned it into an artillery. I had the hardest time finding one of those. It took me forever to get a match with one. Carl and I, Ill Parasite and I were playing, we're platoon together playing, looking for it. Vitz was with us, actually. It was the 3 of us. Vitz, me, and Ill Parasite. We kept launching match after match in tier 3s. We found a match where the other team had 3 T-82s, and I go flying over to kill them. I shoot one, Carl takes him out. I shoot the next one, Carl takes him out. I said, Carl, don't you dare shoot that last one. And he goes, what? And I shoot it, and then he took it out as well. He took all 3 out. I was pissed. I was so upset. I was like, Carl, I can't believe you did that. It took me weeks before I saw another one on the battlefield. Weeks. But Carl did redeem himself. He was there to help me get it when I finally got it. He was I played as a low tier arty, and he went scouting for it, and he went to it, and he drove right up to him and did not shoot him. He was like, he's like, it's gonna kill me, and I'm like, just sit still. And I landed and I took him out, and I was so happy. And ever since then, that I've had to make a list each time they've added more tanks to the game, and I cross them off as I kill them to re-earn the Master Gunner. Now, as you guys following us on the Facebook page have seen, I found a website that will tell you exactly what tanks you need to get to earn the Master Gunner Award, or Master Tanker Award, I think it's called, actually, Master Tanker.
Good. Gentlemen, it looks like we need to make an executive decision. It seems like we are unable to get Foss back, as far as Joe's concerned. And we're going to have to take a little bit of a break here.
Lenny suggested I lace up.
Yeah.
All right, bear with me, guys, here watching the stream. I'm just going to turn off the chat broadcast of us so we can discuss this momentarily. 1. Welcome back, guys. We have sorted that out. One of you guys here want to explain what's going on for them, for the viewers?
Sure. So apologies for the delay, viewers, but we're having a little bit of a team member issue. One of our guys has severely lagged out and cannot reconnect, so they're all hustling to grab a spare player. So right now, the options that we've talked about in a little private party are OG Junkie, one of our founders, who Joe is now chasing up, or potentially TLP Psycho. Both the captains agree that it's Junkie first and Psycho second, and we're just waiting, apologies for the delay, on one of these two guys popping in here.
It looks like OG's bounced into his party, so he should be shortly. Looks like he's logging in.
Now,
I'll go ahead and throw
we wanted to discuss that with the two captains, and I had the stream showing you that I had Joe and Lenity both in the room, so you guys knew that the two of them were agreeing on this decision. It wasn't us doing a decision with one of them and not the other, but we wanted to keep it off the air because, it didn't really need to be on the air.
Well, just because these things can get heated and swear words do potentially happen.
Everything was cool. They both agreed. Everything was cool. They both agreed they wanted to have this battle played out. They didn't want to pull any forfeit card or anything like that, or play a man down. They want to play it. And what they're actually going to try and do is the player that replaces Faust is going to play the tank that Faust was going to play.
Mark, real quick, put OG on spectator, real quick.
Yep, I'm just coming in. Just send a message, and we're good. Is OG there?
Yeah, OG's in now.
Excellent. I'm on it.
I'm glad to see OG in. I know that he wanted to play in a few of these games, so I'm glad that he's here.
I believe, not to go into detail, but I believe he had personal reasons why he didn't want to commit to the whole tournament, which is why he didn't sign up, but he really did want to participate. He just felt it was better if he didn't commit to the whole tournament. Because he didn't know what circumstances were going to be coming up over these weeks.
I've sent out the word for them to pit their tanks. I think it would have been a little bit rough bringing Psycho in on Joe's team at such an important point of the game, in my opinion.
Right. Well, Lenny was the one that first said I could come in, but I was like, "What? It wouldn't." Yeah, it would kind of throw off the validity of the match.
So
I think he suggested Tater, but Tater's already.
Well, it was my suggestion my suggestion was Tater because he was a gun for hire, and that would have been quite.
I
cool
was from the beginning, which would be.
It would have been cool.
Interesting.
It would have been cool to see you go from commentary into the match. That would have been quite cool for the stream.
Yeah, if I had the correct tank, I know that I would have had to run a tier 9, and as far as tier 9s go, unless they wanted me in an artillery, I don't know. I would have had to have been in a tank destroyer. That's all I really have for tier 9s right now.
Joe says he's ready.
All right. Both teams say they are ready.
You got your mic back on for sure.
I'm sending him a good look.
Just want to double check.
I have my mic back on for sure. We'll double check both methods of muting it.
Are you streaming? You sure?
Well, actually, no. It's on. It's on for sure because I see the little volume bar going on the
perfect
broadcast. So.
Okay, I'm taking them off. Here they go.
Okay, Joe with an E4. Lenny with an E5. OG with the 111. Did it with the tortoise.
Oops, made a mistake.
OG lead.
My apologies.
Huh?
Wrong button.
Bolton with his chieftain. And the E5 finishing up.
At least you remember to unspectate everybody before before launching it.
Here we go, guys. Last match of the night. Oh, Tortoise.
So the Tortoise and the Wiz 111 are the tier 9s, and we have the E4 and 5. Oh, you've got to kick out tacos. You got kick out
lost tacos.
Oh no, and legit master.
Lock the room and kick those guys out, Mark.
I don't know. I think Los Tacos could be a real good
he could be a sleeper. He could be a sleeper.
Good late game pickup.
Yeah, like a tier 3. Something real special.
Here we go.
Maybe we could have made a rule where we just sat there until one person joined the room, and the first person to join the room, whoever it was, got to play.
That would have been pretty funny.
I'm stoked to watch this. How's that Tortoise going to get in the battle?
Well, you know what they say, Mark. You mess with the turret, you get the hurt. So, see what happens.
Deadly's pulling in. He's pulling the traditional turtle power tank. I mean, that's the original turtle power.
Look at Bolting's son. He's got 2 large repair kits on that tank. Wow.
Why is my map all messed up? I can't see anything on my screen. It's all blurry.
Those don't stack the thing, do they?
There he goes.
The buff?
Well, for my money, Lenity's team's got the best tanks. But that Tortoise has to get forward.
We've got Joe in the blue on the top right corner and Lenity in the red on the bottom left.
You kind of wondered if you would be better off in this situation to push that Tortoise for at least half the way.
Oh, yeah, or as the opposing team, get forward while the Tortoise can't get there, and it's 3 versus 2.
Well,
you'd be thinking. Oh, here we go.
What's he doing? He's going for a turtle.
He's got a tortoise. He's got a turtle with a tortoise.
Wow, that seems strange.
I think he's just buying time. He wants to see. I don't know what he's doing because he's not going to get a spot on anybody. It's not like he has a spotter.
Push. No, not going to do it.
Joe's going straight for the cap.
I'm pretty sure the Tortoise has a governor, so you can't really push it faster. It's like the T95.
Yeah.
It doesn't really get a boost for speed.
It's not as bad as the T95, but I hear you.
That Pierre's going to get a spot on the guys on the left. He doesn't know it. He's looking right, but he's going to see the guys on the left any moment here.
Well, you pull on the side, scrape off the side. There
you go. He gets the 2 spots.
There we go.
Nice snap.
They're already ahead straight away.
I've been waiting to see someone pull this WZ111 into a game and do something with it. I have a lot of faith in that 111.
Here comes Tortoise.
I haven't seen it as much as I thought I would.
Joe's ringing the bell, but he's pulling on the outside of it.
He's definitely spread himself out from Depp and Junkie. Maybe he's trying to buy him some space on the cap.
Tortoise has got action.
Like he's immediately pulling in there.
Big hit.
Interesting stuff there.
Joe owns that cap circle. He put all 3 on the cap real quick there. 30 seconds.
Looks like OG and Bolting are dueling it out. Chief
Bolting's going to have the reload on Junkie so fast, he's going to DPM him quickly if they don't do something about that. Junkie cannot take him by himself.
Yeah, he's out in the open. Bolting's going to take advantage of it. There he is.
Yeah, Bolting is doing a very good job of getting some free damage without taking...
and there he goes. He takes out OG.
Big bang.
It's too late. Depp adjusted to it, but it's just
Bolting's
too late.
Gonna have the rear ends of both the tanks there.
Yeah, and if Deadly just bides his time, it should be.
Ooh. They've taken out Deadly, so it's a 2v2, but with Bolting behind them and full health, he's definitely gonna.
That's it. Down. It is. Looking like Lenny is going for the home. Here he comes. He's going straight in. Yep.
He's waggling his turret at Joe.
He knows how to finish the game.
And Joe knows he's got his back up. He's doing everything he can. He's not giving it up.
Absolutely not.
Oh, he hits.
Wow.
He takes out Bolting, but then when he turned, Lenity was there for the shot in the side of his turret. Very, very well played, Joe, but just not enough to take the game.
Very good match.
This Lenity's team takes the win. We got Lenity with our Bolting Sun leading with the Chieftain with 3,500 damage and 3 kills. Bolting made all the kills. Lenity comes in second with 2127. The Tortoise didn't really pull its weight and only had a 358. But on the other side, OG Junkie in his 111 only had 373, so they both kind of canceled themselves out. Joe with 2,570 and 2 kills, with Depp pulling 1,200, almost 1,300 damage. So
now I'd like to comment there. I had said that Faust was that Lenity was able to take out Joe when he turned his turret. I was incorrect, because if you look here, Bolting got all 3 kills. So Bolting actually was able to land the shot on Joe before the fire killed him.
Yeah, they did credit him with the kill, yeah. Well, that was the match.
So that's the match. Lenity takes the game. We will see Lenity tomorrow playing the winner of Trinidad versus Weasel, myself. My match takes place at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and then the game 2 between this winner and that winner will play shortly following. There'll be a brief intermission to regroup and get the stream ready for game 2. But we will have those 2 games virtually back-to-back, 5 p.m., starting at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
It was awesome. Brilliant fun commentating. I'd like to give a big shout out to all the rest of our poppers and anybody else who's watching. Stay tuned for more of this hot action. Take care, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say he won.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's good because he won. Yeah,
I've got
this
the captains here, Joe and Lenity, and I've got Bolting Sun here with them as well. I thought I'd bring on these guys to give their comments on the after battle. So take it away.
Was that not some of the most clutch end of round games that we've played in this tournament so far, dude? That was amazing.
That was so much fun, guys.
I pumped so much adrenaline. If a Doberman Pinscher decided to attack me, I don't think my adrenaline will pump anymore.
Joe,
Are
I
you
have
able
to say,
pry his jaw apart?
at the end there, when it was just you left, and Bolting and Lenity were trying to take you out. You fought that right to the end. You put your back up against that dead tank. You put Bolting on fire. You weren't going down without a fight. I wasn't sure. You looked like you were in it to win it, but Bolting managed to snag that shot on your side before his fire.
I knew that I was coming up on his side, and yeah, I knew he was front on, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to do anything unless I pushed forward. It would have been real close.
Yeah, if you would have burned out faster than getting that last shot out, it would have been different.
Yeah.
Just because I was already face hugged with Lenity, and he had already bounced
Yeah, I know,
shots.
absolutely.
Yeah, I missed too. Just worrying about pushing you and keeping my turret wiggling.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized that it was up to me to come around on your side.
Yeah, I would have done way less wiggling and just landed that hit if I'd have known he was on fire as bad as he was. I didn't know.
But I was coming up on the shot almost immediately.
Died.
Can I ask the captains a quick question there on Ghost Town, if you don't mind? So, Lenny, how did you decide which way did you decide to go, and why did you decide to go that way on Ghost Town? And would you mind clarifying that for the viewers?
Oh yeah, man, we're playing highest potential DPM and trolley armor, so we know fighting the E5s that they're better. So I had to get myself in one. And as soon as I got that, we had to deal with who had what. Tortoise was the best option for Deadly to run a 9 and keep Bolting in a chieftain that has extremely high DPS, and trolley turret armor if you can play a hill. So
spot on. And can I just jump in there on exactly that note, Joe? With the Tortoise being on the opposing team and knowing that it's slow, we were talking about it in the stream, and it's a consideration. Obviously, you set your team out the way you did, but if you could play it again, wouldn't you just attack them full stop? Because you went into that base and you went there, but knowing the Tortoise was so far behind, wouldn't you consider just overrunning them and going 3-on-2?
Well, as you've seen, I went to the same place as I went against DJ in our previous match, and we had it laid out. I never seen anyone. OG and Depp had spawned them coming up that side, and by the time I had made it around that far corner or into the cap, and up against that wall to get side shots, the Tortoise kept up with them fairly well.
It did.
That wasn't.
Yeah, I can see
that. The Tortoise.
At the beginning of the match, they waited for the Tortoise to go first.
We said as a team and asked Mike if you like. We don't go anywhere unless that Tortoise is next to us.
Yeah,
before the match
and that is what I saw.
Away from him the whole time.
I'm only asking from a captain's perspective. When you see a Tortoise loaded, consider just bombing in, and Joe did bomb in, and then he just jumped into the cap. And I just wanted Joe to clarify that, and I'm happy with his answer. I'm all good with that.
Now, before the match, I had called Joe going straight for cap. I called a 3-man cap. You rushed the cap because you're the only captain that's called when they had the choice. Called the right side, and I remember speaking with you previously saying that you felt the right side had the advantage at getting to cap first, and I said that on the stream. I said Joe's going to go straight for cap. He picked the right side. He feels he can get the cap faster from there. He's going to go for cap. You had the faster tanks. You did get there, but you didn't go for the cap. You had the 3-man there, but then you went for the fight instead of the cap.
Yeah, in the initial beginning, I was prepping just to go haul down. We had Depp and OG to my left. They were covering the cap and staying on level ground because basically the WV can only shoot on level ground, and the E5 is a lot better bouncing shots. It turns a lot faster to use the hull armor than the E4, so I propped up on the corner, as you've seen. And as soon as they lit him, I moved forward. A crucial shot that I messed up right at the beginning is I tried for a lower plate shot on the Tortoise, and I tracked him instead and did no damage, and that really messed me up because I was planning on just 1-2 shotting him because that's all it takes for that Tortoise from the E4, right? And that's what I did. I got the second shot on the lower plate, and then the third shot killed him. It's just my first reaction. I pulled out, I aimed in, but then I started backing up while I was aimed in, and I just didn't hit it. I hit his track, and that really caused.
And that lost you.
Okay.
Yeah. Lost you 20 seconds, and then an opportunity to jump on.
Yeah, Lenny was able to time his shots because basically he just sacrificed the Tortoise because the Tortoise always came out to me. And then as soon as I shot him, then Lenny came out at me, right? And it just messed up my order of shooting.
Okay, guys, I'd love to commend you on your gamesmanship. That was very impressive, and it was really good seeing captains collude and get the issues that arose during the back end of the match out of the way. So well done to both of you. I need to jump out of here and go and take care of some other stuff, but that was awesome. I really enjoyed commentating.
Really bleep this! I'm never bleeping doing this again. You're all
and you know what? Just for me, I managed to get through the whole thing without swearing fucking once.
Hey, good job.
All right. We will see everyone tomorrow at 5 p.m. We're going to have 2 matches. Lenity will be waiting for the winner of myself versus Trinidad. We saw 2 very experienced captains go head-to-head today, and Lenity prevailed. But it was a very good battle to watch. 2 captains reading the play as it happened, both reacting to each other, and it was an excellent battle to watch. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and we'll catch you.